Day 2 of the World Economic Forum was supposed to focus on the internet and digital technologies. But all of that was swept away by events across the border where the Frankfurt-based European Central Bank launched its first round of quantitative easing. CCTV's Jack Barton reports on what that is exactly and why it divided delegates in Davos.
It was an historic and controversial moment for the European Central Bank as its chief announced the ECB would expand its bond buying programme to include government debt for the first time. The quantitative easing programme was announced after the Eurozone officially tipped into deflation.
Under this expanded programme, the combined monthly purchases of public and private sector securities will amount to 60 billion euros.
The idea is to lower government borrowing costs while injecting fresh money into banks, which should, in theory, lend to businesses and consumers. The move dominated discussions at the World Economic Forum in Davos. German Chancellor Angela Merkel had long opposed quantitative easing by the ECB, telling delegates there was already enough money in the system and that Europe's real problem remained the slow pace of reforms.
We should not become diverted from the fact that we as politicians need to put a framework for recovery in place.
Merkel was not alone.
The International Monetary Fund's Deputy Managing Director Min Ju added his voice to the debate here at Davos, saying that when it comes to economic growth, structural reforms are the only game in town.
But the ECB's first foray into large-scale purchases of government debt also had plenty of support, like Italy's Prime Minister Matteo Renzi. Renzi and others believe such stimulus is necessary in the Eurozone where growth is low and unemployment and debt levels remain high. All the delegates agreed on one thing, that the Eurozone's troubles remain one of the biggest challenges to a full global economic recovery. Jack Barton, CCTV, the World Economic Forum in Davos.